This next video is on taking some scenarios and writing expressions to represent those scenarios. I will say with these, if you're having trouble deciding what you need to do to write your expression, figure out what you would do just numbers wise to figure it out, and then, try to write your expression by throwing in your variable after that. Number one, we have an automatic dog feeder dispensing 2/5 a cup of dog food each day. What expression can the dog owner use to determine the amount of food left in the feeder after D days? Okay, so if you're like, I don't know how to write an expression from this, what I'm saying is come up with a scenario and say, okay, well, after, I don't know, 4 days, how much food would be left? And if you're looking at this and you're like, I don't even like dealing with that 2/5, change it. Okay, make sure you change it back, but change it. So let's just even say we'll do 2 cups a day. Okay, if the dog's eating 2 cups of food a day, okay, after 4 days, how much would be left? Well, first we would figure out how much food the dog has eaten, right? So in this case that I just made up to help us with this, 2 cups a day for 4 days, that dog would have ate 4 cups. Okay. And if we're trying to see how much food is left, I'm looking at the diagram and it says it started with 20 cups of food. So hopefully you would realize, oh, okay, I'm going to take that 20 that they had originally and subtract my 8 cups, and there would be 12 cups left. So now to take this information and write that variable expression from it, well, it wasn't 2 cups a day, it was 2/5 cups a day. And we don't know the number of days. That's our variable. We're calling it D. But above, we said, 2 times 4. So in this case, we're going to say 2/5 times D, which we could just write as 2/5 D. Okay, 2/5 a cup a day times the number of days. That's going to tell you how much this dog ate. And then from there, if we're trying to figure out how much was left, we would take that amount and subtract it from the original 20 that we had. And that is our expression for how much food will be left in that automatic dog feeding dispenser. Okay, let's look at number 2. Miss Sumi started with $217 in her bank account. She deposits $25.50 each week and never withdraws any money. What expression can Miss Sumi use to determine her account balance after W weeks? Well, she's starting with money in her account. She's depositing. Depositing is adding money in. Okay, so your amount is going to get higher each week. Okay, and it's W weeks. Well, we would take the $217 that she's starting with. She's depositing the money, so we're going to be adding money in. And $25.50 each week would just be $25.50 W. Okay, as a good note, when you see the words each, every, okay, those are some good words to show that you're probably going to be multiplying. Okay, $25.50 each week, you would take the $25.50 and multiply it by the number of weeks. Number 3 is easy because they give you the expression. Okay, you don't have to write the expression in this case. This is just some practice in evaluating an expression, meaning plug in some numbers and figure out the value. So they tell us the expression 999D plus 1299C can be used to find the total cost of D pounds of almonds and C pounds of cashews. And how much will it cost to buy 1.5 pounds of almonds and 2.5 pounds of cashews? So I always like to rewrite my original expression. So I'm going to rewrite it down here. But now I'm going to plug in my numbers. So I had pounds of almonds was 1.5, okay, which was our D. And honestly, I don't want to work with 1.5. So I'm going to turn it into 1.5. And then the other one is 12.99C. So I'm going to say plus 12.99 and not times 2.5. I'm going to change that one to 2.5. And then we would use our calculator, and that's what I'm doing right now. I'm typing in 999 times 1.5, and it's 14.985. Okay, I'm going to try not to round until the very end here. When I do that, it's 32.475. And now I'm going to add those two pieces together. And we end with $47.46. And it actually worked out to not be 3 decimals anymore. Okay, and that is our answer. Okay, so on the back, there are some practice questions. Okay, we would like you to try those 3. Okay, and then you're going to come get those checked with us when you are done so we can see how you did.